Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I've done a Q&A or like a chit-chatty video. I was looking back on my Instagram or on YouTube, and the last time I did a Q&A was in July of 2022, which is crazy because obviously so much has changed since then. I am refilming the beginning part of this video, which is so frustrating, but somehow with the DSLR footage, my audio is just not there. Like my lips are moving, but you can't hear anything. Beginning part of the video was supposed to be like my life update, which I feel like when I say life update, people expect like a positive announcement, like an engagement or something. It is quite literally the opposite for me. I have just been struggling so much, and I just wanted to show up and be very honest and transparent and raw with you guys and just like talk through what I've been going through. Obviously, since October 7th, I think all of our lives have been impacted, whether it's on a small scale or a large scale. Personally, I feel like I've been impacted a lot, and I just don't know how to see myself in my current position with everything that is going on. For me, it's been a little bit challenging because this is all really new to me. I left my corporate job to pursue this very moment, to pursue content creation as a full-time career. And now I'm just so conflicted about where I stand with it all, because on some days I'm like, none of this matters, and I'm seeing things on the internet that really puts into perspective the privilege and the lifestyle that I have. And then there's other days where I'm like, no, there's a balance in everything. And if I can show up and it be a positive influence and share good things, then there is a good impact out of this. And so honestly, that's what I've been really struggling with. I have really big goals and I wanted to pursue them this year. I left corporate thinking that I was going to establish myself as a brand and as a business. But then since October, so much has shifted where I'm like, none of this matters, and I just want to live a very simple life where I don't want to work hard for anything. Like nothing in this life matters. I'm just now at a point where I'm understanding balance, and I'm learning to take it day by day, but also show up as my most authentic self. Because while I've made very big changes in my life, like I've been boycotting, I'm no longer consuming or shopping as much anymore. I'm very mindful where I'm spending my money. My perspective on this world and all the institutions in America has shifted greatly, and I want that to reflect in my content. I want to share that with you guys and not like put up a front or just like push it under the rug so I can continue pursuing a lifestyle of like content creation or influencing, if that makes any sense. I'm really sorry if like none of this makes sense to you guys, and if this just sounds very like first world problems. I'm completely aware, and that's why I kind of just like kept my mouth shut and just didn't want to show up on the internet and even talk about it, because I understand that this isn't people's lives and this is a very small percentage of people. But at the same time, I needed to make the decision to either move forward or backward and go back to corporate life if that's what I decided, or pursue the current journey that I'm on. And it's been really easy to step away because quite frankly, I've just been turned off, and I got the ick from social media because it's just not what it used to be. Social media back in 2014 when I started was so fun. Girls were so nice. It was a very inspiring environment to be in. You inspired others, and others were inspired by you, and there was just like this positive, uplifting culture. And now I feel like it's shifted into like this really negative, toxic place. And on TikTok, you'll see like people dragging one another, not supporting one another. And it's just really made me just get the ick and want me to step away from it all and just reevaluate what I see for myself and how I want to show up. So that is why I've been a little bit quiet. With all that being said, inshallah, with Allah's guidance and your support, I feel like I have a path moving forward. And it might change. And honestly, that's why I worry coming online and saying something, that inshallah things will work out. I'm being positive and I'm going to show up at the very least, sharing things that I know you guys love and that feel comfortable and right for me. Please let me know if I'm just like rambling and you guys just cannot relate. Or if you can, and you have like any words of like wisdom or encouragement or feedback for me, I would love to hear it from you guys. So yeah, I love you guys, and let's get into the juicy Q&A. Sorry, I had to fix the camera. So I took a screenshot of some questions. I have about 9 pages of questions that I'm going to go through. Obviously, I'm not going to answer all of them, but I'm going to answer the ones that I got the most frequently, since that's just something that people are interested in and want to know. So I got a ton of questions asking, why do you live alone? How is it living on your own after living with family? Do you miss your family? How did you convince your parents to move out? So a lot of questions. Okay, I'm going to be very honest in this Q&A. I hope my answers help some of you guys if you're in the same season of life as me. So moving out, I thought personally, and maybe this was like very naive of me to think this way, I thought this was going to be the most life-changing experience and I was going to be so fulfilled and so happy, and this is going to be the answer to all of my problems. While it has been the most blessed and amazing experience for me, it hasn't been like the answer to all of my problems. And I want to be very real with you guys, because I understand when I share that I moved out and I share like the space that I live in, people look at it and think like, oh my god, like I want to live that dream life. Personally, I just wanted to experience what it was like living on my own. I wanted to grow as a person, be more independent. I'm like in my 30s. I felt like this was naturally the next step in my life. I'm like financially stable, emotionally stable, like spiritually stable. Like I had all the right reasons to move out. So if you're not like emotionally, physically, mentally stable, I wouldn't recommend it, because while it gives you so many more opportunities and is such a great experience to have, it is very, very isolating. It is so lonely. I can't express that enough, and maybe this is like a personal experience. Actually, I'm an introvert, so I don't like really go out into the city a lot. I don't meet new people. My parents were supportive because like I said, I'm like in my 30s, I'm independent. I was independent when I was at my parents' house anyway. Like there really was no reason to stop me, and I've been married before, so my parents just kind of like naturally allowed me to make my own decisions, because I've grew out of the phase of like being told what to do. I guess that's the best way I can put it. Like I have a younger sister who lives at home with my parents, and she gets told a lot more than me about like what time to come home and yada yada yada. But with me, like I just feel like they respect me as an adult because I've been through adult experiences. Second question that I got asked the most is obviously about relationships. Do you ever plan on remarrying? Are you in a relationship? Have you found a significant other? What advice do you have for girls looking in their 30s? And so on and so forth. So my answer to this is, do not rush, ladies. Like, just because you're in your 30s does not mean there's a clock on you and that you have to just like settle with someone, or like you have to follow society's norms and rules and just like go into a relationship when you're not either ready or you're not interested in that person. Like, just do you. And I know this is like easier said than done, because when you have friends and family getting married, you're on social media and you see everyone getting married, it like naturally just makes you feel like, oh, I want to rush into something, or like I want to find my spouse, and like you're more eager to. But I'm telling you guys, please, like just take it slow. If you feel like it's the right thing for you, do istikhara, ask around about this person, and then proceed. But if you feel like you haven't found your person yet, there is no big deal about being single. Like, the amount of people that feel bad for me, or like even my like friends or family will be like, just go find a man. While like hearing that is annoying, like you have to kind of like respect yourself and know like these are my boundaries, and I'm not willing to compromise or bend those boundaries just to like to shut your family and friends up to say like I found somebody. That answers all those questions. I obviously would love to get remarried one day and have kids, inshallah, and all those things, but at the same time I am happy with myself and where I am, and I'm not going to rush it for anyone. Next question. I feel like these are like the three main big things that people are always asking me about. Did you leave your corporate job? Best way for a woman to become financially independent in 2024? Are you an influencer full time now? So I left corporate back in 2023. I felt like it just kind of ran its course. I wasn't feeling fulfilled or challenged, and I just wanted a change of scenery. I also was influencing at the same time for several years, and I got to the point where I was able to leave my corporate job so that I can pursue this full time. And I wanted to just establish myself as like a brand and come out with my own thing. So those are all the reasons why I left corporate. I might be doing something here in the near future that inshallah that you guys will love and that you guys can support me. I need to make this quick. The sun is setting. A lot of questions about hijab. Tips on when you feel low on iman and contemplate taking the hijab off. How are you confident with your hijab and all of that. So my tip for hijabi is find a style that suits you. I just recently started wearing Model. This one is from Demore Hijabs in the shade Razan. Every time I wear the shade, I get a lot of questions. So that is where this is from. Play around with different fabrics and different colors and see what looks best on you. You're more likely going to start hijab and keep it on and feel confident when you feel confident, like when you find a style that works for you. So I mean, it's taken me years to get to the point where I am now. I started hijab like years ago. The first day I wasn't confident. It took me a long time. And even some days I have like days where I don't feel pretty with hijab. And I just like changed my hijab color. Like maybe the hijab color that day wasn't complementing my skin. So like I just play around with colors. Honestly, colors is the biggest thing for me. Some colors wash me out. Other colors make me look like nice and tan and glowy and healthy. And so yeah, I would recommend trying out different color hijabs. A lot of people ask me, how is my gut? More about your gut and eating healthy journey. I have not figured out my gut issues. I have gut problems. I go through phases where I'm like so motivated to figure out what the heck is wrong with me and to heal myself. Then I go through phases where I'm like, I don't care. I just want to be happy and eat what I want and do what I want. And that's the phase of life I am in right now. So I have not figured out the solution to my gut problems. I have bloating, I have indigestion. It does affect my skin because I break out a lot. Recently I've been breaking out a lot like down here, like in my hormonal area. So yeah, having gut problems is the worst because I honestly, guys, wallahi no joke, I look pregnant every day. I look 4 months, 5 months pregnant every day. Yeah, guys, I have not sorted out my gut problems, but when I do figure it out, I will let you guys know. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Before I leave, I do want to mention, please don't forget our brothers and sisters in Palestine, Gaza. I have a ton of campaigns that I'm actively working on. One family that I know of here in Houston, she's Palestinian, her mom, grandma, and 2 siblings are stuck in Gaza, and it would mean the world to her if we raised enough money to have them safely evacuate. So I'm gonna leave her donation link down below. Please, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, please donate at least $1, $2, $3, $5 to her GoFundMe. It will help her a lot. I'm also working with Bridge to Baladi, which is also another amazing nonprofit here, started here in Houston. I know the girl herself. Her name is Mai. Her mom and sister were stuck in Gaza. They've come back safely, so she started a nonprofit to give back to her hometown, Baladi. I'm also with a nonprofit organization myself, Grassroots, started with me and a couple of other girls. And guys, it's called HPL, Houston for Palestinian Liberation. We are working so hard to get council members and politicians within our area to vote for a ceasefire. Actually, I should have mentioned that. That is what I'm doing currently. While it is all voluntary based and I do not make any money, 99% of my time has been going towards that. That's what's been keeping me busy. So if you guys can donate or help support these causes and initiatives, then that would mean a lot. So love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.